going to tell you a story time. Hi, my name is Lily. I am a survivor of the downtown east side in Vancouver. I spent 13 months there. I am also a survivor of domestic violence. So, I met this guy. His name was Brett Thorhog. We were together for about 2.5 years. Um, I remember the last day that I left him, like the day that I finally I didn't want to be around him anymore. He had been in jail for assaulting me, and he finally got out. Um, and we hung out for about 3 days, and the whole time we fought. The whole time we fought, and I just remember looking over at him, being like, I do not want to be around this person anymore. Like I just can't handle it. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah. So we he ended up getting arrested that day. And I was like trying to get away from him. The cop showed up. I remember just like not being sad. It was like a sense of relief when he finally went away. But I stayed. It was around the beginning of November, maybe like a couple of weeks before. So like the middle of October, the beginning of November. So I spent about another month out on the streets, and I left. I ended up getting better. I went back to Calgary, where that was my safe place, and where I am now. And I had not spoken to him until the 22nd of January. Prior to the 22nd of January, I remember feeling nothing but happiness, um, stress free, like life was good at this point. I had messaged him, I sent him an email before, being like, I got out of Vancouver, I'm doing really well, thinking that maybe that would change his, like, because we always want to fix our abusers, right? Especially when we have a caretaking personality. Um, but I just remember, like, within um, an hour of speaking to him, I felt anxious. I felt awful. I felt depressed. I felt scared. I felt like down because he had done such a good job of making me feel so crappy. And I realized right at like within that hour that I did not want to ever speak to him again. And I blocked him on Facebook. I blocked him on my phone. I haven't spoke to him on my phone since that whole situation. And I've emailed him once since, but it wasn't to do with anything like of our relationship. I think it had to do with something like with court or whatever. But it was more just to be like, you know, good luck in court tomorrow. Because I really didn't really want him to get in jail. And oh no, I remember what it was. I wanted to break the soul contract, and I basically sent him an email saying like, "This is me breaking the soul contract." And I don't want to talk to you anymore because I didn't want to worry about him anymore at this point. But yeah, it is so true. The love of your life does not dysregulate your nervous system. And it took me being away from this man for 9 months, only seeing him a couple of times in that 9 months. And each time I did, regressing back into um, really awful feeling, uh, uncertainty, anxiety, fear, like low self esteem. And these are all things that I had worked really hard on, like getting out of the downtown east side. Today I don't look at myself as anything lower than, or feeling anything pretty negatively. But he had a really, really good way of making me feel like I was a piece of garbage. But he is my abuser, and we did end up going to court. Well, he ended up going to court. I didn't end up charging him. Somebody was walking by and saw him abuse me a couple of times, and I didn't drop the charges this time like I have in the past. Um, and yeah, I'm just really grateful to be alive. There's been a couple of times where I almost didn't make it out because of dealing with him. And I really learned what it's like to be in a relationship with a narcissist, and like how to spot a narcissist and like spot their behaviors. You know what I mean? Like the whole blame, denial, shift, like um, guilt tripping. You know, like if I could think of a quote to deal with our relationship, it would be like, pack your bags, we're going on a guilt trip kind of stuff. And the beautiful thing about being in that situation is I can see that shit from a mile away now, and I no longer engage in those types of behaviors. Uh, I have outgrown a lot of my BPD characteristics, and I'm just a happy person today in general.